Excellencies, distinguished delegates, it is an honor to address this inaugural meeting of the Landlocked Developing Countries on the Global Climate Agenda. I commend our chair, Bolivia, for its leadership this year in establishing the LLDC group under the UNFCCC. This is indeed a historic achievement. It gives the 32 LLDCs a stronger, unified voice in global climate negotiations. I express my sincere appreciation to the Royal Government of Bhutan for assuming the role of coordinator on climate change for the LLDC group. Your leadership comes at a critical moment for our collective efforts. This marks an important step forward in delivering the commitments of the Avasa Program of Action for the LLDCs for the decade 2024 to 2034. For the first time, an LLDC Program of Action recognizes climate change as a dedicated priority area with concrete targets and commitments. This also reflects the urgency of the climate crisis for the LLDCs and the recognition of their unique climate vulnerabilities. Excellencies, the challenges are indeed stark. The 600 million people of the 32 LLDCs confront a combination of geographic, economic, and institutional constraints that amplify their climate risks. Over 54% of LLDC land is dry land, home to 60% of the LLDC population. Forest cover is just 16%, half the global average, and declining. 11 LLDCs are projected to face high to extremely high water stress by 2050. 55% of the workforce in LLDCs depend on agriculture, compared to 25% globally, making livelihoods highly climate sensitive. Hydropower provides 44% of electricity, yet it is increasingly disrupted by droughts and floods. In the last decade, LLDCs suffered 20% of global droughts and landslides, affecting 180 million people. These realities underscore the distinct vulnerabilities of LLDCs within the global climate architecture and the need for targeted action. Excellencies, this inaugural meeting of the LLDCs as a negotiating group at COP is a clear opportunity to articulate and elevate your collective priorities. Allow me to highlight 4 key points. First, it is important to effectively leverage the unified strength of the LLDC group. I'm aware that a consultation draft for a group charter has been prepared. It would be important to finalize this charter to establish operating modalities and create a functioning network of LLDC climate focal points. Securing resources for a dedicated secretariat to support these efforts would also be critical. Secondly, the group must be utilized as an institutional framework to articulate and address the LLDC's specific climate priorities, building on the Avasa Program of Action. The Program of Action clearly outlines actions and support for the LLDCs in the areas of climate adaptation, disaster risk reduction, climate finance, resilient infrastructure development, loss and damage, and biodiversity loss. Furthermore, climate challenges have also been integrated in other focus areas, commitments, and the deliverables of the Avasa Program of Action. For instance, the Infrastructure Investment Finance Facility, which is a key deliverable of the new Program of Action, has a specific focus on climate resilient infrastructure, especially for transit corridors and energy systems. COP30 offers an opportunity to map out these climate commitments and leverage a uniform platform for the group to advance them. Thirdly, it is important that the specific needs of LLDCs are reflected in climate finance, including for adaptation. 11 LLDCs are in or near debt distress. Yet only 11% of global climate finance reached the LLDCs between 2016 and 2021, most of it for mitigation, not adaptation, even though LLDCs contribute just 2% of global carbon emissions. We need scaled up, predictable, additional, and concessional finance for adaptation, building on the new collective quantified goal, and the operationalization of the Loss and Damage Fund. Finally, Excellencies, COP30 must conclude with a strong LLDC group statement to build visibility and reflect collective priorities and a vision for the group. We meet at a time of unprecedented momentum for the LLDC agenda. The conference in Awasa, Turkmenistan this August, galvanized global attention on the LLDC agenda. Ministerial meetings at FFD4 and UNCTAD 16 reinforced the visibility of the LLDCs across global finance and trade platforms. And looking ahead, COP32, which will take place in Ethiopia, an LLDC, offers a unique opportunity to spotlight our climate agenda on the global stage. This is the moment for the LLDCs. As a group of 32 countries and 600 million people, the group must raise its voice louder and more effectively to ensure LLDC-specific priorities are rightly represented globally. My office will continue to support your efforts in this regard. Let us seize this moment, distinguished delegates, excellencies, to ensure that COP30 and the broader multilateral system deliver hope, resilience, and a more sustainable future for the LLDCs. I thank you.